everyone, it's Raquel and today's recipe is going to be okra soup. This is one of the famous West African soups. It's nutritious, it's loaded with protein and healthy fat, and oh my goodness, this is so delicious. So first I'm going to start with the meat, and I'm using some beef, cow feet, some goat meat, some tripe and cow skin, and some smoked fish, and I'm going to add all of this to a pot. And in this Nigerian soup you can use any meat or seafood of your choice, making it hearty, healthy, rich, and packed with protein. Now to this I'm going to add a bit of salt, bouillon cube, bay leaves, some chopped onion, minced garlic, which helps to tenderize the meat, and some ginger. And try not to over season. We really don't want to interfere with the distinctive flavor from the palm oil that will be added later. And I'm just going to cover this down and allow it to create and cook in its own juices for about 10 minutes before adding any water. 5 minutes in, and as you can see, it has created its own liquid, and I'm just going to allow this to simmer in its own sauce and render the fat, and this is how flavors are created. And you see, with just that bit of seasoning added, this is smelling good already. So now I'm going to add some hot water as to prevent the temperature from dropping, and I'm going to cover this under the lowest heat and allow it to cook for about 1 hour. 1 hour in, and this is smelling good but not yet fully cooked. Now I'm going to add the smoked fish, and I'm going to give it another 30 minutes. So while the meat is finishing up, I'm going to prep the other ingredients, starting with the peppers, and I'm using some bell peppers, Scotch bonnet pepper, and some pimento peppers for flavor. Now I'm going to add these to the blender, and I'm just going to give it a rough chop because you want to acquire that beautiful speckle of red, because you want your soup to look appealing. And for the Scotch bonnet peppers, I'm just going to remove the seeds because you want it to be spicy but not too spicy, so the kids could enjoy as well. And I'm also going to remove the seeds from the bell peppers, and I'm just going to give this a slight blend. So now that the peppers are out of the way, it's time for the okra, and this is what gives the soup its name and its slimy texture. And if you like your soup extremely slimy, you could add the okra to the blender as well, but for me, I don't like it to be that slimy, so I'm just going to roughly chop this, and this is where you will acquire that crunch, and that is how I like it. So now to a pot, I'm going to add some palm oil, and I'm going to allow that to dissolve. And the palm oil is made from the fruit of the oil palm tree with a unique flavor, and it's a staple in most West African cuisines. Now to this, I'm going to add some chopped onion. I'm going to saute that for a little bit. Now in with the peppers. Now I'm going to allow this to cook for a few minutes, and here is where you could flavor with your favorite seasoning. And I'm not going to add any salt because the broth already have salt, and the smoked salted fish is already salty. You really don't want your soup to be too salty. Now in with all the meat. And this is smelling amazing. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to add some of the broth along with the okra, and I'm just going to give this just another 3 minutes. Really don't want to overcook the okra. And lastly, I'm going to add some greens. Typically, ugu leaves would be used, but I really don't have access to that. And I'm just going to give this just another minute, and it's done. And to all my Nigerian and West African brothers and sisters, just let me know how I did with this okra soup. And a big shout out to my niece Diane, who requested it. I'm just going to serve this up with some fufu, and a link on how to prepare that will be down below in the description box. This okra soup was finger licking, literally. This was absolutely delicious. I want to thank you so very much for watching.